10 minutes later.
We're here live from the Orange Space in Redlands, California. Mark and Andre present the Mark and Andre Show. Tonight's topic, the presidential inauguration, and various other topics as well, including a movie review of the movie Split, live here on the Mark and Andre Show. All right, so we're here live on the Mark and Andre Show.
As live as can be.
As live as can be. Sorry for the delay here, but we needed to make sure that all the T's were crossed and all the I's were dotted. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys to the sound crew. We're here live, Redlands, California, here at the Orange Space. The Orange Space. If you guys ever need to have a business meeting or a quick little study hall session with someone else or just by yourself, you can come down to the Orange Space. Make sure to contact the Orange Space in Redlands, California. Just a simple Google search will help you with that. Mm-hmm. Let me see. We have to get all these commercials out of the way because we have a lot to talk about. We're going to go ahead and do the Game Swapper spot here on the Mark and Andre Show for our people listening on Spreaker.com. Hello, this is Mark Flores from the Mark F Podcast channel, here to let you know that this podcast episode is brought to you by Game Swappers. Come on down to Game Swappers, located at 4520 Holt Boulevard in Montclair, California, to buy, sell, and trade your current and retro video games from Nintendo Entertainment System to the PS4. Keep in mind that if you share any one of my podcast episodes through any form of social media, you'll get 10% off your entire purchase, or you'll get 10% more towards your retro game trade-ins. Follow Game Swappers on Instagram at GAMESWAPPERS. That's GAMESWAPPERS. Game Swappers. Buy, sell, and trade. All right, so here we're back here with the Mark and Andre Show for the people on Spreaker.com. And I wanted to save this announcement for the show. And I want to let everyone know I got approved the other day. Actually, the show got approved the other day, Andre. The show got approved to be on iHeartRadio.
Yes!
So we are officially, the Mark and Andre Show has officially become a part of the iHeartRadio family.
Fucking finally. We've been...
Finally. The
We've
Mark
striving
and Andre Show
desperately.
came back to iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
We were never there.
We were never there, but we've returned anyway. Just for the sake.
For the millions and millions
And
of the
thousands of
potential
millions.
Mark and Andre Show fans.
The
How's it
potential
going there?
thousands of millions.
Soundboy over there is recording a quick little promo for us.
The sound lad.
Yeah, the sound lad. Excuse me. How silly of me. But yeah, I wanted to thank you guys for making it all come true for us. Now we're going to be a part of iHeartRadio, and it's a very strenuous process that they have us do. I guess you email them, and 4 weeks later you get approved. So.
Well, no, you get emailed, and then you have to have a personal ID search. You have to give them your social security number. Mm-hmm. Then they do a credit check, and then they do a 3 credit check process. So they essentially take 100 points out of your credit to see if you can rebuild it. If you can't rebuild it in a certain amount of time, then they're going to take 100 more points. We've been through so much and back trying to get onto iHeartRadio. Cavity searches. We've lost friends. Fetuses have been abducted.
We even combined our credit scores for a short minute.
We sure did. And it's not necessarily legal what we've done to get on iHeartRadio, so I'm very happy that we've made it to this point. We spoke with Mr. Heart Radio, and he was very cool.
Harley Heart Radio. HHR. Good old HHR was able to get us going with that. I want to thank you guys watching the stream. I want to thank everyone tuning in here on Spreaker.com. So let's go ahead and with the show. We have a few topics to discuss. But first and foremost, let's talk about the one thing that happened today that a lot of people are discussing, and that's riots in the streets because of Donald Trump's presidential inauguration. It's funny how they protest after the whole election process went through.
But one thing I noticed today was if you watch the inauguration, you'll see nobody's really there. There's not there were people present, but the turnout was actually pretty small.
You have to understand that
for the president.
Well, President Obama's inauguration was there's a lot of firsts going on there.
Right,
there was the first basketball player being in the first one that actually played high school basketball and some college. actually getting in as president. And I mean, he was the first African American president as well.
Yeah, that's secondary.
And that's secondary to his basketball skills.
Yeah.
So it was a big turnout for that.
Right.
And with Donald Trump, you have the fact that everyone doesn't like a reality star being inducted.
Well, and then he's, in fact, our first orange president.
Oh, yes. The man of the golden hue.
He's just sprayed with Cheetos cheese all the way from top to bottom.
The prophecy said there'd be a golden man who would rise up the ranks. Number 45.
The man of gold will take over the nations. And now
the Midas man.
The Midas man. Like the riots themselves, it's actually really surprising because there was a huge lack of black rioters because they knew better.
Yes.
This was like most rioters were white, and it was actually hilarious because if you see the footage, they're all hippies and they're all doing peaceful protests, peace level protests. And I just think it's like when you see the extent of how little work they did in regards to the protests, they were just like chilling. And then suddenly they come out with SWAT teams and start spraying tear gas and shooting them with smoke bombs and stuff.
Put the mic lower, Soundboy. Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you're saying? Am I speaking to
you? can speak to the show. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I need if
am I speaking to?
Man.
I understand that, but what was going on? So that way we can.
Am I transmitting audible noises too
You're
loudly?
doing great.
Thank you.
Okay,
Soundboy.
thank you. All right, so I'm going to start yelling just for no reason.
So DC was like, "Come on, brothers, we dare you." They were asking.
They were and they had full riot gear. They were throwing. They had smoke bombs. They were spraying chemicals into the faces of poor people that were just playing their ukuleles and doing peaceful protests.
Yeah.
But the riots were outrageous. I thought this was like some of the craziest shit I've seen in a while, especially for a presidential inauguration. Like,
I don't think I would even want to attend a presidential inauguration. Like being that far back, I understand why people won't sit that far back. There's a lot more room in the front.
800 rows back, and you just see a little dot, and you hear some guy. You're squinting.
Are they
like
still there
Trump
in the front? Are they still there in the front?
Is that Trump?
Who? What the?
Who's that in the distance? But I don't know. I just in regards to the inauguration, this is a fucking mess.
Yeah,
this is a strange mess. And if you watch, like, because I was looking at the audience more than I was watching Trump, everyone looks like they're faking their smiles. Like nobody looks genuinely happy to be there.
It's all a process there in DC.
And also, everyone's grieving in the process of him being transitioned into his position of power.
There wasn't really any salty looks. What really gets to me is when a photographer catches a strange moment to where, like, they're able to catch someone squint up a little bit to where it looks angry, but they have it in the direction facing Donald Trump.
Right.
And they make it look like they're sneering at him.
Right.
You know, it's like if the photographer catches the right moment at the right time.
Right, when they're in the middle of a sneeze or like a bee got into their nose or some shit.
To me, it's rather ridiculous how they try to do that. And
now, sorry to cut you off, but in regards to people rioting, do you feel like there's justice behind them rioting?
From the footage that I saw on, I think it was ABC's Washington division, they were just throwing rocks into a Starbucks. The door is right there. I think what they wanted to do was throw rocks so they can get in for easier access. Because after we riot, bro, after we exclaim, after we let our point across, I want to get a Mocha Toco Froco. You know what I mean? Like. I think the Starbucks employees too would be like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, you guys are rioting. There's a riot discount.
Yeah,
come on in.
You're rioting, but you still got to pay. Oh, no problem. We're here to pay.
They're all proper about it. Yeah, we're here.
We're here to pay. We just wanted to break this door down, get more access for us to get in.
But for them to do that isn't really. You're not getting any point across, and you can even go into the fact that there are some people within the riot group that were probably paid to protest.
That's an excellent. That would be sliding into conspiracy corner type stuff, but. I agree. I mean, it almost seems like the news... This was almost a controlled riot in a weird way.
Yeah.
Because it was only in very specific areas of D.C. Of course, I've heard that there was rioting all over the nation, but they didn't really highlight that. They only focused particularly on what was going on in Washington.
Yeah,
DC.
and that's where it's all magnified at this point, especially since they had the whole inauguration in Capitol Hill. So you have to imagine they were going to have a lot of pressure towards that point.
Right.
But what I want to get to with that is like the footage I saw. It's just they're throwing rocks into a Starbucks, throwing rocks into a B of A, and I don't see what that does. Like I've seen better protests. Let me put it
I've
that
seen
way.
better riots, y'all. There's been way better riots. Far cooler riots. Better participants.
They're not.
I feel like this riot was kind of tame compared to the riots I've seen.
They're not called riots. They're called peaceful protests.
Okay, well,
remember,
4 out of 10 riot.
Yeah.
What do you rate this riot?
As far as the social media, there's so many factors that come into a good riot. You know, your social media factors, your sheriff who disagrees. You have to find a lot of those. So with me, this whole riot doesn't even go with me into the system. It's like more of like a 3 out of 10.
Okay, so it's more of a social gathering with aggression than an actual riot.
A protest then becomes a riot once you start throwing rocks at shit. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I didn't really find that
this was that much of a big deal.
Not really. I mean, the president's getting inaugurated, so what? I mean, it's not
going to stop him from being inaugurated. The riot's not going to prevent him from being put into his power. They're not going to go, you know what, never mind. We see that you guys are upset. We're just going to put Obama back in office. That's not how this fucking works. Yeah. People are always going to be pissed. I remember how mad people were with Obama, but in this case, I don't want to go deep into the whole Trump situation. I just want to speak on the inauguration. The inauguration was a mess. It was sloppy. And even the riots themselves kind of felt underwhelming. Exactly. Not like I was expecting a super fun thing, but it's just I would prefer that people express themselves in different ways. These riots are not getting anything done.
It's kind of weird seeing a reality show celebrity actually get inducted as president.
Is everything okay, sound guy? Sound lad, what's going on over there? Is everything
sound lad suck.
Sound lad, you handling business over there? You seem to be.
How dare you distract us?
You seem to be at a peak of stimulus.
Okay. The peak of stimulus. But yeah, all in all, with the whole inauguration and everything, it just happens, you know, and it's just a lot of attention gets focused onto this, and it sucks that it's for the negatives. Mm-hmm. You know, we can't take a step back from the outside looking in and realize, well, the process of a president getting elected, mm-hmm. the transfer of power peacefully is being held. You know, right. It's like it's not how it is in other countries where you deal with dictators, where you deal with kings, mm-hmm. where you don't deal with monarchies here. You know, a lot of people need to count their blessings here in the United States, and I feel that a lot when you take a negative approach on a president, that's going to stay with him for as long as he is going to be there.
But I mean, at this point, let's see what happens. I don't know. I just felt like the love obviously wasn't present. There were so many people kind of doing this like nobody wanted to watch the inauguration, but in reality, that kind of sparked interest for people to watch it. Yeah. Such backwards, just backhanded shit. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's in. Yeah. It's over. Rioting isn't going to stop him, and we should just, prepare. Yeah, prepare ourselves. Be prepared. Just be ready for anything, man.
The other point I wanted to bring up too is that there was quite a bunch of these Facebook posts that says President Obama will always be my president. So then, 4 or 5 presidents later, what are we going to do?
No. Yeah. Bring him back for a presidential cameo?
Yeah, I mean, as far as anything goes, President Obama's going to do the same. Well, former President Obama's going to do the same route that any other president's doing. He could cut a good political promo. Right. I mean, he's going to do speaking, like commencing speeches and stuff like that. He's going to do a lot of that.
Basketball tournaments,
of course.
He's going to get his own video game, I'm sure.
Super Barack World 64. You have like 8-bit Barack Obama platforms where he
jumping on legislation and shit, like
Senate-vania, where he's just going around through different segments of Capitol Hill, advancing to the big boss where he faces Donald Trump.
Donald Trump and the KKK as like a whole unit.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, dude. I felt that this inauguration came and went as quick as 8 years of President Obama and any other president comes before him. It goes quick. Right. You don't appreciate it till it's gone.
We're going to see a shitload of tension, and then it's going to be relieved within a week when something new happens. Yeah. When Soldier Boy and Chris Brown fight in Dubai or whatever the fuck is happening. So there's going to be a new distraction coming, sure, and we won't be paying attention to Trump very soon.
Very true, man.
It's whatever, dude. So let's move on. We just recently we went to the split thing?
Of course.
Yeah, so this is my first time. I'm doing a segue, guy. I've never done it.
Yeah.
So today we're actually, yesterday we recently just we watched M. Night Shyamalan's. M. Night Shyamalan. Anyway, we just recently saw Shyamalan's film Split.
Yes.
And
boo.
Yeah, right off the bat, we have a boo from a great distance. We don't know who said it.
Yeah.
We don't know how it got in
Probably
here.
a ghost.
Some pissed off ghost that hated his depiction in The Sixth Sense.
That only watched The Sixth Sense. Or The Lady in the Water. So yeah, we did see Split, directed and written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It has James McAvoy as the main character. And there's a lot to say about this movie. This movie actually impressed me. Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Well, let me start with this.
Yeah.
When we went to the theater, you told me we were going to see Split. I said, fuck that. I don't want to see this movie. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to see shit. Anything affiliated with M. Night Shyamalan, no.
So I tricked you into watching a Tyler Perry joint.
That's what I thought it was. I really did. He told me it was fucking Tyler Perry Split. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I thought it was about Tyler Perry and Madea like separating and finding out that they were two separate people.
But I gave him the plot that it was Tyler Perry, that it was Madea actually marrying a white guy played by Woody Harrelson, and then they split up. So, but in all seriousness, he didn't want to go watch Split, and I had to convince him to go watch it. And so we ended up watching it, and immediately when you start watching this film, we're going to keep it spoiler free, by the way, but immediately when you watch this film, you feel confined in a majority of all the shots, and that builds tension within you. And I'd say that same tension rode from beginning to end of the film.
It actually really feels like a lightly toned Saw film. Mm-hmm. In a sense, because you feel that strange sense of not necessarily isolation. Well, you could say isolation,
imprisonment.
Yeah, imprisonment, and it's a very claustrophobic film.
Yeah,
very dirty, very gritty, and the tone was fucking fantastic. And I'm sitting here watching, and I keep forgetting I'm watching a Shyamalan film.
Yeah,
because I hate him, but he, it's typical Shyamalan cinematography technique. Like it's fucking like. He did a fantastic job. He put a lot of effort into this film, and I was shocked.
There's a lot of very up-close face shots. There's a bunch of water being shot in several scenes, and if you guys don't know about M. Night Shyamalan, that's his main thing. He likes putting water in every sense of it into his shots. So there's not a shot that doesn't have like a glass of water or water involved in it. You'll see that. So typical Shyamalan tropes within it. A lot of balance in the shots. A lot of fantastic movement. A lot of symbolic shots too. He did a lot of work symbolically in this film, and it was along the line of fuck you guys, man. it's along the line. Our sound lad is having some issues at the boards. We're just you're just hoping he can get his shirt back on, get it together. He's sweating a lot. I don't know what's going on down there. I don't know.
He's hitting the pipe a little hard right now.
This is one of the only mixers that I've seen that's ran by furnace. So he's putting coal into the furnace and then moving the sound dials. So M. Night Shyamalan Split was, if I can be general about this, it surprised me. It surprised you and I both.
We left the theater upset, actually,
because we got Shyamalan.
Mad. Yeah, we
in a good way.
In a good way. Yeah, we left the theater mad because he actually did a good job. One,
that was the twist.
And then the twist was the movie was good, and the credits came, and we were like, wait, what? This is actually a good experience. When it came down to it, I want to get into the performances,
of course.
I want to get spoilery, so I'm trying to find the middle ground.
Well, you could keep it general while explaining the main acting point that I think you want to get across.
Okay, yeah. So the plot twist is this, guys. No, just get right into it. No, but in regards to James McAvoy's character and his performance as this character, the character has multiple personality disorder, and wow. The way he pulls off these multiple characters it's unbelievable because they are all within the same person, and he triggers them with different emotion, different characteristics, mannerism, posture. He completely shifts. Like the gradual switch is increasingly like you're sitting there staring at him. There's other people in the scene, but you're so lost in James' James's character that you can't believe he's doing such a fantastic job.
In this movie, James McAvoy, as you know him as the young Professor X from X-Men's First Class, X-Men Apocalypse, X-Men Days of Futures Past.
Oh, that motherfucker that could bend bullets in one.
Yeah, exactly, that too. He was playing a 9-year-old boy, played a fashion enthusiast. He played a woman
who had diabetes.
Yeah, a diabetic woman, and then an older woman. And James McAvoy,
like a militant OCD.
That's what it was
personality.
too.
And man,
as soon as we left the theater, I made a proposal to Andre that I will not be surprised if James McAvoy actually gets an Oscar nomination. And I'm being 100% dead serious when I say that. To play and immerse yourself into 9 different roles with 9 different characteristics is truly maxing out your theatrical potential. You know what I mean? It's like it takes you to the brink, especially with what kind of characteristics each one had. One had a flamboyant accent. One had a lisp. One had a native Philadelphia accent.
Yes.
One had one was a woman flamboyant accent, I guess.
Yeah, one was completely African American, blackface and everything. Like he would just he'd turn his head, look back. He's a black man with an afro and everything. Incredible performances. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and we love acting, so it was kind of jarring to see how well he did in this performance. One quick note is his micro expressions.
Yeah.
He did micro expressions so well that it scared you, because there is a point, this isn't technically a spoiler, one of his personalities is pretending to be another one of his personalities.
Yes.
What? So he's acting as a guy with multiple personality disorder with one of his personalities impersonating another personality.
Yeah,
perfectly.
And his transition from personality to personality is so distinctive to where wow, is this a different cut within the same? It looks like a continuous shot, but then you are under the impression that it's 2 different cuts because of how he changes his facial expressions.
Yes. And really, when it comes down to, the voice manipulation, perfection, he scared me. I was actually really, Shyamalan did a really great job with him. But
what'd you think about the 3 young female characters?
Without a doubt, the female lead, she did a fantastic job to play this high schooler. The other 2... they did the best they could. Exactly. I'm not saying that they did a bad job, but it's like what Shyamalan does with his films is, if you're not important, we don't give you a lot of shit to do.
There wasn't a lot to notice from them, too. And that's not doing a disservice on them. It's just the fact that there's not a lot of dialogue for them.
There wasn't. And the main female character that we stick with for most of the movie, she's just, for her to be such a young actress, she hits so many levels of depth. Yeah. A lot of pain, a lot of sadness. No, there's no torture, guys. It's just emotion. There's a lot of emotion in this film. And when it comes, we have the psychologist character.
Yes, of course.
She did a fantastic job as well. It's just a lot of emotional connection that you get throughout the film. Yeah, it's a very emotional film.
I would like to call this James McAvoy's. This is his kind of
tour de force.
Well, no, it's his solo venture. You know, I mean, this is putting James McAvoy on. This is kind of like his highlight reel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Or I looked at it more of his Joker role.
Okay,
this is his Joker performance.
Yeah, because it's just his. You're able to see a dark version of what James McAvoy can get into.
Yes,
like a deep characters with tons of depth, and even the smallest moments that you get to spend with each character. I mean, you kind of feel like you know their personality just because of how he emotes, the physical traits that each character has. Each one of these 9 characters that he puts out of the 23, are well portrayed.
Yes,
even with the small roles of the 9 personalities.
Yes, it's not. He gets scary. He's fucking scary. You feel like he's unpredictable, and you feel a sense of tension. The film is not a horror movie, but it gives you the tension that comes with a horror movie.
There's a lot of suspense, and the grip from the start of the movie till the end does not stop.
Right.
And with a suspenseful movie like this, you're expecting jump scares, you're expecting something, but then your expectations just take you all the way to the point where, oh man, it's the end of the film.
Yeah.
And that's how a good suspense thriller is. It's just you get reeled in really quick. And with Split, it's just something we could speak volumes about, because this is, every time someone goes to the theater to see an M. Night Shyamalan film, they either want to see one of two things. They either want to see his revenge, like him coming back, doing his thing, like, oh, that's the Shyamalan I know. That's signed Shyamalan. That's Unbreakable Shyamalan. Or they want to see, oh, dude, I want to see Lady in the Water Shyamalan. I want to see The Happening Shyamalan.
Maybe get some supernatural weird occurrences. I actually like The Happening. I just thought about that.
Yeah, The Happening's good.
His track record is strange.
Adrian's like, what? No.
You didn't like that? It's hilarious. No. It's one of his funniest movies. Seriously.
It's a good
I laughed
comedy.
so fucking much in that movie.
Co-wrote it by the Fairley brothers.
I think, no joke, that's one of his funniest films. I like it for the wrong reasons. I like it like, how people watch The Room and shit. Like, I like to watch that because it's really bad.
Nice. Also the main, the character that he plays nearing the second and the third act, I thought was very visceral. I don't want to leave anything into spoilers, but James McAvoy then plays an additional character near the second and the third act of this film, and there's just literally a whole different element to his game when he has to minimize, I'd say, theatrical skill and go into something a lot more primitive.
Yes, highly primitive. And it just like, once he hit that point in the film, it was like, all right, you win. James, he's got this film.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to envision what the hell was going on for the auditions. Who went for this role? Because I can't picture anyone else taking it.
James McAvoy's looking at the lines like, wait, it's me and Judd Nelson. Judd Nelson, is that you? I haven't seen you since from that one teen 80s movie. What was that? It was the Lunch Boys Club? Oh, the Breakfast Club. Okay. That's where you're from. Yeah, how's Emilio? It's just James McAvoy and Judd Nelson.
No one else.
I know, no one else. It's like, am I in the right hallway?
They saw M. Night Shyamalan and nobody took the auditions. James McAvoy walked in on accident.
I thought you said, imagine that's how M. Night Shyamalan gets you. He basically tricks everyone thinking this is like a Nolan flick.
It's an anti-Shyamalan film.
Yeah, exactly. And then a bunch of people line up, and then he's like, if you guys, I want you guys to get all your scripts and then pull the director credits away, and it shows M. Night Shyamalan instead of Christopher Nolan. Everyone's like,
then 50 people just drop the scripts, walk out, and all they have left is James McAvoy.
James McAvoy's like,
I'll do it. But hey, seriously, really good film. Mad.
Are we on the same boat here when I say that James McAvoy might get nominated for an Oscar, or am I?
I really don't know. I mean, I believe he should be nominated, but I doubt he will be.
Maybe a Golden Globe, perhaps.
Yeah, perhaps. So I really don't know.
What happened, Sound Lad?
Got a comment here. Do you
Okay.
think James McElmore's character would be in the Horror Hall of Fame?
James McElmore?
Right?
McAvoy? James McAvoy's character for this movie isn't really a horror type of character, but I would... Horror, yeah, the horror character.
Oh, yeah.
James McAvoy's character isn't really cut out for horror, but it's definitely a character, a very iconic character.
A thriller type of... because you can't go full horror. You'd have to say... One
of Shyamalan's best characters.
Yeah.
That he's written.
I would not consider McAvoy's character to be horror in any sense, even with all of the stuff that he ends up doing in the film.
Yeah.
It's almost... Would you consider Jigsaw to be a horror character?
Because it's the machines that do the work. It's in Jigsaw's world.
Yeah, but he's setting everything up.
Yeah, but it's not him.
He's like the catalyst of madness, but
like with Hannibal, he eats people.
Yeah, basically.
It's Charles Manson movie. Horror.
Well, Charles Manson actually killed people.
Right.
Like Jigsaw has machines that kill people.
He orchestrated.
Charles Manson's never killed anyone.
Really?
Yeah,
he's never touched anyone.
You're thinking of Marilyn Manson.
That's what it is.
Marilyn Manson's killed tons, man. No, but yeah, we wouldn't consider him to be a horror character at all. But as far as the performance is concerned, it's something that you need to watch for yourself. Like seriously, because it's just. I can't think of too many multiple personality characters that I've seen in film, but like done to this extent.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Because this is a good guy playing 9 separate characters.
Mm-hmm. Having discussions with himself.
Yeah, I'm thinking there got to be a nod coming his way because I mean, for someone to play 9 different characters and do them so well and distinct. And to top it off, James McAvoy has an accent, has an English accent. So he's doing it from a regular American accent, and then it's just he goes to different levels himself. He definitely is like I mentioned before. This is his highlight reel. If you want to see a great James McAvoy acting experience, this is the movie to see because his role as Professor X. I mean, he's only limited to a certain stoic Professor X for now, but
because he can't walk.
It's because he can't walk.
He can't perform the way he wants to.
Professor X doesn't have 2 feet to stand on in this discussion, except in the first one.
If he can control shit with his mind, how come he doesn't walk?
I've always asked that question,
yeah,
and no one answers it. No one.
I've
gone to expos, cons, everything. I just get beat up. They just yell at me.
So this is the question that we're going to have asked to us.
He's lazy.
Does Shyamalan us in this film?
Absolutely.
He does Shyamalan us twice.
You get 2 Shyamalans in this movie.
Yes.
You get hit with 2 of them.
Yes.
You get hit with 2 of them.
2 for 1. You get the 2 for 1 special in Split. You don't expect to get Shyamalan like how he does it in this movie.
That's because when you go into it, you're fucking Shyamalan. You're gonna do that shit, and you're gonna be ready. You're on guard, waiting for some bullshit to change drastically.
Yeah.
And the way it changes, you go, oh, you bitch, you got us. It worked.
Really?
Yeah.
It's good, dude. There's tons of symbolism that ties into what James McAvoy's character does, and it shows at the end, and it's just really cool. It's really cool to see.
Fantastic ending.
It's one other point too is that one of James McAvoy's characters. Oh no, that's going into spoiler territory. Yeah, but anyway,
but just this at the end of the film, people were screaming in what the fuckness.
Yes, mind blown at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
that's the best. I saw. It's just. I'm just so speechless after that.
I know.
Just seeing how ballsy he went.
Oh, he was so ballsy. He actually really put his name on everything. He knew this movie was going to be good because he put his name on everything in big bold letters, and he did his damn cameo again.
I still have to see The Visit. A lot of people are telling me that The Visit's good.
What,
the one where
the damn elevator?
No, that's Devil.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't think he directed it. I think he was executive producer.
He did a lot of shit on that. He just put his name on it.
I know, probably.
Did he write this movie? Split.
He wrote and directed it.
The two kids that visit the grandparents. The Visit.
Oh, After Earth.
Get ready from M. Night Shyamalan and John Woo bring you The Visit 2, The Revenge. No, but that's what I got to see. I got to see The Visit. I got to make sure of that. But with this review with Split, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's a very enjoyable flick. I think it's one that's gonna, for people that like suspense and thriller movies, this is perfect because then you have the psychological aspect that some people can attribute to, because I think everyone tries to forcefully think that they're obsessive compulsive.
Right.
Oh, that's just the OCD in me. It's a light switch,
No.
You know how it's been trending a lot the last 5 or 10 years, and everyone's like, oh, that's just the OCD in me. I like.
No. You don't know what OCD is.
It's so minor league the way they want to do it. I'm so OCD. I like rotating my ice cubes parallel to each other. It's nah, man, that's minor league shit. There's people that literally cannot leave the house if they don't flick the light switches 3 times.
Certain people can't fucking move without things being in order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just the depth of what was experienced in this film, highly, highly fucking recommend this movie.
Yeah.
Damn it.
There's a lot of people you know what, and too, I wanted to get to this one too, is that there's a lot of people giving this movie flack because
of the black character that James McAvoy plays, right?
No. James McAvoy does not play a black character in this. James McAvoy is black. Idiot.
James Blackaboy?
James Blackaboy? No. This movie's getting a lot of heat from people that actually have obsessive compulsive disorders or have split personalities. And you know what, dude? It's simple as this. Do not look at a movie as the precedent of what someone thinks.
Right.
Just because Shyamalan directs and writes a movie, it's freaking fiction, man. Like, just let it be. Do you look at Signs and then find offense that it's not really about like strict to aliens? Like, alien greys don't act like that.
Exactly.
You know, like, there's always going to be people like that. We were even talking about, and I'm sorry to go on a tangent, but this plays into our example, that even the fucking nutty professor will not be accepted in today's society.
Oh, definitely
obese
not.
people will roll into the theaters and say, I don't like this shit. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's going to find some shit to do. Like the Crying Game movie.
Right.
Remember the movie The Crying Game?
I do.
With that transsexual?
Yes.
And then the whole... Like, they Shyamalan people in the Crying Game where the
Right.
chick was actually a dude.
But you can't have that today.
You can't have
We're
that
too
either.
PC. And
You
it's
know?
like, first of all, this was a thrilling film. Who the fuck with multiple personality disorder is going to the theater to deliberately be upset?
That's them, man.
We
It's
didn't like that. And it's like all 8
okay,
personalities.
yeah. And then after that, it's just a bunch of crickets. I'm like, okay. Who are you? You know? What I wanted to get to is this. Yes, your opinion's very important to you yourself. But the fact of the matter is, it's not like they're playing on the point that, oh, everyone with split personalities, everyone with obsessive compulsive disorders always does this crap. They're always up to shenanigans.
They're always kidnapping
It's not
people.
the point that they get across, you know? And ignore all that. Ignore all the flack that is getting for that. And please watch this
Enjoy
movie.
the film.
I encourage you to watch this movie.
I think they're almost trying to sabotage Shyamalan for actually making a good fucking movie.
Sabotage Shyamalan.
So it's check it out, guys.
Sabotage Shyamalan. That's how the protest.
Sabotage, and then everybody keeps getting tongue tied.
No, wait, hold on. Once again, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Sabotage Shyamalan. Damn it!
Damn,
All right.
shoot.
We need new signs. But
Let's go watch Signs.
Yeah, so definitely watch it. Oh, you gave so you gave a rating.
Yeah.
I'd give it an 8.2.3 out of 10.
Nice. So we're kind of agreeing on 8 then, if we
Yeah.
round that off.
Yeah.
I thought it was an 8 too.
Using general math, we should round it off to.
I forgot to ask you, man. How you doing today?
I'm good, dude.
Yeah?
I'm chilling, man.
You got a video coming out for Lyric Calls? You know?
Yeah, I got one coming next Friday.
Next Friday?
This weekend. Next
Okay.
weekend. Because I've been negotiating some stuff. I've been contacted by a YouTube network, BBTV, and I just did an interview with them, and I will be signing to BBTV this week. So
Cool, man. Congratulations. You're at, what, 34,000 subscribers?
34? Oh shit!
I didn't. Well, I'm not your number one fan or anything. The last time I checked.
Okay, yeah. So I'm at 34,000. Last time I checked, it was like 31. I didn't know.
All right, man. See, this guy's that nice that he just doesn't check his subscribers.
Because I don't know. I see it as a number. It doesn't really. I rather.
So
It's just a number. Like I want to see.
age ain't nothing but a number to you.
AJ.
Damn. Okay.
Subscribers ain't nothing but a number.
Subscribers ain't nothing but a number. Anyway, we want to encourage you guys here on the YouTube stream to actually subscribe to the podcast that you are probably subscribing to anyway. So make sure to tell other people and tell them to like you guys say, fart on that like button.
Right.
Take a shit
Right?
on that subscribe button.
Take a
Yeah.
shit.
So
Wow.
make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well, please.
Using your natural limbs.
Yeah.
We don't need any other weird ways to get that done.
And to the people on Spreaker.com, I want to thank you guys for listening in. But
Having ears.
be sure as a friend to like, share, and subscribe to the Mark and Andre Show. If you want to hear a particular topic, if we don't talk about the topics you want to talk about, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to implement it in one of our segments.
All right.
It was funny. One person, and you'll know this person. I'll tell you after.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a text notification after I announced on my Instagram at Mark F's Modern Life that is Split any good? And I was like, well, you have to wait till tomorrow till when I do the review.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, just tell me if it's any good now. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what the hell? Why does my opinion matter?
Right.
Like, and I'm thinking after that, I'm like, I don't even want to do the review anymore. Like,
Right.
what the hell's wrong with you? So then she goes on to say, like, just let me know if it's any good. I barely go to the movies 2 or 3 times a year. I'm like, well, that's not my it's $8 for the matinee. It's
Right.
$6 for the matinee.
Right.
How do you not go to the movies more than 2 or 3 times? That's
And
personal
who's
preference.
counting?
Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah,
That's my third viewing. I'm done. Done for the year.
No more movies.
No more films.
So she got really adamant, and I was like, just wait, help a brother out, and wait till Friday, listen to my show, please. Like, I kind of felt like saying that, but then I was like, you know what, forget it. It's one of those type of people that got really mad at the fact that I didn't want to give them a review.
And I'm sorry, if you're listening right now, we didn't expect you to be listening.
Yeah, exactly.
So sorry about that.
Yeah.
You're probably not.
You know who you are.
You know who you is.
But yeah, man, Shyamalan definitely surprised us. There was a bunch of surprise there, dude. Definitely. But we want to thank you guys. Remember, we're here at the Orange Space, live in Redlands, California, here for the Mark and Andre show. We also want to thank our proud sponsor, Game Swappers.
Forgot.
Game Swappers.
It was just a small memory lapse.
Game
It's
Swappers.
nothing personal.
Buy, sell, and trade. You can follow Game Swappers on Instagram at GAMESWAPPERS. That's GAMESWAPPERS. Game Swappers. Buy, sell, and trade. So make sure if you guys are into retro video games to attend the Redlands Retro here at the Orange Space from 1 to 7 p.m. to tomorrow. Also, make sure to head over to Retro Respect. How are we sound, lad?
Sound
We're
lad?
good? Okay. Make sure to attend Retro Respect 8 over at the Finish Line Sports Bar over in Pomona, California, off of White Avenue. We're gonna also have a retro style swap meet. Make sure to bring whatever you want to buy, sell, and trade with other vendors. You don't need a table to buy, sell, and trade. You can just bring all your shit with you, roll it on a wagon. I don't care how you do it. Bulldoze it there. Bring a fucking spaceship.
Bring
whatever
drones.
you gotta do.
Drones.
Bring drones to then deliver onto tables. I don't care how you bring them. Just bring it. I'm gonna be there selling old Crystal Pepsi, laser discs. Among other things, among other old shit to get rid of. But other than that, make sure to attend those events. Game Swappers, buy, sell, and trade. Other than that, let's go into the next subject that we have here. And this is a particular subject that I don't know why it's getting a lot of heat. And it's like a particular topic that's real nitpicky at this point.
It's another distraction, man.
You know, and so let's go into, and I don't know how this company seriously gets into our podcast, but this Popeyes commercial is pissing the black community off, and and all the links I've seen, I've saw actually was Jerry Rice has a piece of chicken as a mouthpiece in his football helmet. And we've seen the whole commercial, and the premise of the whole commercial isn't
that in particular. It's
yeah,
not
exactly.
only that.
It's so small at this point that it's just, I don't know how, like, everyone thinks like if you stereotype a situation and you immediately associate it with racism, isn't that person's one judgment? Isn't that one, like, their one judgment on that?
Well, as a Negro, I feel that.
Oh, God.
No, but and it's funny because the people that are getting upset aren't white people; it's black people. So that makes me think they just saw that and assumed amongst themselves, that's some racist shit.
Yeah.
In reality, when you showed me the commercial, I saw something like, okay, I get it, but this is Popeye's market. They're talking to the very market that would buy the food. Yeah. Jerry Rice is a very popular person amongst this demographic, so of course they would use him. And they tried to go for the Skittles, Old Spice, odd humor, the alternate comedy style. They tried to go with that for this commercial. And I don't have a problem with that. It's just, it's actually a bad ad. That's the problem. The joke didn't land. Now people are offended.
Yeah, but if the joke landed,
if the joke landed, if it worked, like let's say, you know, how Starburst had those really strange commercials. They hit some really strange territory, but it worked. Yeah. Old Spice hit some really, really strange territory, and it worked. But in this case, it wasn't working. It's not funny. So if it's not funny, what's the remaining reaction?
Exactly.
You're going to be offended, especially when you have the same cooning old mama, papa, you know, the Popeyes chick.
And
all right, sugar. We got her sitting at a podium with this other fella. And my special recipe, y'all, like we have her in the commercial as well. She's basically the flow of you know how Progressive has flow.
Yeah,
she's basically the flow for Popeyes.
Just a FYI, this isn't sweet tea. This is just regular unsweetened iced tea. I want to make sure.
And Hennessy.
and it's Henny. I know I got
Hennessy tea. But like when it comes down to this commercial, yeah, the joke basically is Popeye has developed a series of things that'll make your eating experience much easier. So they have like wing gloves for you to grab your wings.
Oh, yeah, the dip helmet.
The dip helmet, which looks super inconvenient. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And then it was the feed mask or something,
Yeah.
right? And but think about it. It doesn't even make sense. It's only one piece of chicken. Like, how do you
Spins?
that spins while he's trying to bite it?
Would you be offended if Popeyes changed their mascot from that lady to actual Popeye that speaks like a black person?
I think I would be better
Hey
with
y'all,
that.
it's Popeye here. What's up, y'all?
My niggas. Like,
Have a wing with some spinach wrap on it. My brothers. Oh, black Popeye.
I could just picture it out. Just some old ass. Again, that wouldn't work. No, that wouldn't work.
The pipe wouldn't change.
The pipe wouldn't change.
No.
Also, I think a mascot switch isn't going to do anything.
Yeah.
She's perfect.
Exactly.
She's perfect for the brand. People are just being offended for no reason. The joke didn't land. Black people didn't like the alternate comedy perspective. They went with the commercial, and black people saw, oh hell no, they cooning. So now they're offended. They're not offended by the previous commercials, but this is the one that does it.
How come when you saw this, when you see a black athlete, do you see
Slavery? Yes. 400 years of oppression.
400 years of
400
oppression?
years.
400 years of whatever the hell Farrakhan said. 400 years of oppression.
200 years of apartheid.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
Miles Macho Man doing oppression. Louis Farrakhan there. I am sorry. But so when you look at a professional athlete, do you just see, I mean, do you even see color anymore? I mean,
Well, I'm colorblind. So specifically,
that didn't.
It's
That transition's going nowhere.
Everything's gray. Like when I see athletes being in the positions that they're in, especially for commercials and shit like that, I'm just seeing a product.
Yeah, Same thing with Jerry Rice. I know Jerry Rice hawks commercials all the time.
That's a check, man. If he's trying to fucking get paid.
I see Brett Favre. I see this guy who just shoots. I see the Football Hall of Famer. Like I don't even see skin color. You know, it's just it's a matter of how you perceive things at this point, and that's why like every time I was able to see a share from everyone else, like that's what I would see. I would see, Jerry Rice is cooning, and I'm like,
how?
Hey, like,
if you consider Jerry Rice cooning, you could look at the General commercial with Shaquille O'Neal. That's some bullshit. That's a dumb fucking. Have you seen that?
But that's the thing too. Is like that's another great.
Insurance. And like big ass Shaq can't even fit in the car in the digital.
Shaq doesn't even drive. Shaq walks places because he's too big.
2 steps.
He gets foot injuries because the gas pedal's lodged into a tight space. He can't fit his size 20 foot in there. You know? How do you expect big old Shaq to get in a Lamborghini? That's like The Rock getting into like a Viper or something.
Right,
you know?
right.
It ain't gonna happen. This is not gonna happen.
But I would consider that Shaq commercial cooning, you know, if you want to use that same logic, you know. So with Jerry Rice, I don't give a fuck, man. He's eating chicken. Just because it's black guy chicken, it's going out of control.
Yeah.
But I can see how an executive pitched this. All right, it's a Popeyes commercial. This is what we're going to do.
Jerry Rice loves football.
You like football. We're going to make kind of these like weird things that you're going to be in. You're going to have a helmet. There's going to be chicken in it. That's funny, right? You're going to have a helmet with some fucking dip in it. And you're going to have a napkin shirt, dude. What do you think? And then that's the joke.
Yeah, Jerry Rice isn't going to be whoa, hold on. Like, no.
Am I going to be...
He sees the check.
Will I be expressed as a coon to my fellow Americans?
Yeah, he never wants to ask that question.
It's how much is it going to be?
Yeah. If Jerry Rice didn't take offense to it, why should the African American community take offense to it?
Well, okay. Well, let's just hop on that subject real quick.
Yeah.
We're still in PC culture, and it's getting worse. And black people are still pissed. They're just at a peak of anger. It's never going to get lower. I feel like they're just going to get madder and madder no matter what the fuck happens. It can be anything. It could be a Pampers commercial and the black baby crawls wrong and everyone's going to be pissed.
The black baby crawls
No,
wrong.
I'm serious.
The black baby gets pulled over by a white baby cop. What do you think?
He checks his diaper, pulls out
his diaper, pulls out a sack. Oh my god! Pampers, because we always be packing.
Keeping your baby safe. You know, who knows? But at the end of the day, it's like, look, we're at a peak of tension in every direction. This commercial, to me, is its own distraction amongst all of the inauguration Trump bullshit. Yeah. Because black people are obviously mad at the wrong thing right now. Mm-hmm. They're looking in the wrong direction.
Yep.
This commercial is really diverting people's attention. So fuck it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this commercial's a bad joke. People got mad at the bad joke in the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's what it is, dude. And like I mentioned, that when people look at athletes, imagine their shoes when they're getting this pitch proposed to them. If they don't find offense to it, then no one's going to find offense to it because they don't look at it like that. They look at the paycheck, and if they know it's not going to be offensive, heck, they could have been like, okay, look, Jerry, this is what we're going to make you do. We're going to make you dress up like the WB frog, and you're going to sing Mammy.
Yeah.
And you're going to hold a piece of fried chicken in your hand. What do you say? Jerry Rice is going to say no because that is extremely stereotypical and extremely racist. So there's definitely grounds to where Jerry Rice can, and any other African American athlete that's going to see this, and it would be put in this situation, they'll be able to discern what's offensive, what's not.
Right. You're going to be, all right, so we're going to have you in shackles. All right, you're going to be in a poppy field, pulling wheats, and basically the KFC man's going to come strike you in the back.
What do you say, Jamie Foxx? No. I'm out of here.
It's that easy, though.
Denzel got that idea. So what you telling me at this very moment of time, I'm going to be dressed in shackles or someone's going to strike me on my back?
I love how you do more black impressions than I do.
I don't know about that.
Yes, you do. You do. He does way better black impressions than I do. That's 100% true.
Do Popeye again.
Anyway,
rolling down the streets.
Anyway, this
Popeye is
this commercial. It's not that big a fucking deal. Please, guys, please, look at everything and just reduce its meaning to nothing.
Yeah.
You see this Popeyes commercial. If it makes you feel offense, think about yourself as a person and try to figure out why that touched you in that way. It's not that big a deal. I saw it. I get why a person would be offended, but it's not gonna kill me. Yeah. You know, I gotta live life.
Sound guy, do we have any questions on this particular topic?
No.
That's fine. Nobody really cares.
It's a Friday night. What do I expect? So the next topic I wanted to get to here on the Mark and Andre show is that there was a shooting. There was a shooting in Monterrey, Mexico. This kid in a classroom, and this is all via the footage we were able to see inside the classroom. This kid ends up shooting about 4 or 5 students, shoots the teacher, and moments later reloads his gun and shoots himself. And that was being shared on my social media feed. And I don't know how to take it, man. Like, I feel that there's a certain amount of respect that you need to have with everyone, like on your friend feed, on your friends list.
Your friend feed?
I know, your friend feed.
That sounds like a news site. Like,
you know the Face novel? But I think there's a certain amount of etiquette that needs to be. There's a certain amount of etiquette you have to have. You know, it's like I know the certain amount of friends I have on my friends list on Facebook, and I know a majority of them don't. I can account for them to not share dumb shit sometimes, but then I'm looking at my feed. I'm like, oh well.
There we go again.
Yeah, I know.
Well, so your biggest issue with this whole situation is that specifically you were shown something that was extremely graphic and with no consideration to you as the person being on social media.
Even to the people that he shares it with too.
And it autoplayed.
Yeah.
So you had no choice but to basically watch this as you ended up seeing it. Yeah.
And it was it's extremely gruesome to see that. And with anyone, seeing someone expire in front of your eyes isn't, even through the video, isn't ideal to see.
Right.
You're never ever supposed to see that.
Especially when it just kicks off without you promoting or prompting it to start playing.
Exactly.
I didn't see the shooting myself, but we've had similar situations in regards to just scrolling, something autoplays, and you see something you just simply were not prepared to see.
Extremely tasteless.
And in regards to the person sharing, like you were saying, it's like, where does your moral compass lie to where you would share that with other people?
Yeah.
Why do you want me to see this? Just because it fucked you up, you want me to share your fucked up experience?
Yeah, and that's what a majority of those shares come from, man. It's like, oh man, this is fucked up.
Right.
Like, just a statement, and then they just share it. Like, you can honestly, that is a thought.
Right.
You could keep that thought within yourself.
But
you know what I mean? And you're just sharing that same misery to other people. Like if I wanted to show you something as gruesome as that,
right.
What is that like? I want you to share in my distaste for this.
I don't know.
You know, it's
you
just
want
like
to disturb multiple people.
Yeah, exactly.
Sound Lad, serious question. So if somebody shared somebody being shot in the head with you on Facebook, like without you like really knowing what it was, it's just like check this video out, and you click it, and the first thing you see within 1 second, a guy gets a gun to his head and his brains was blown
even
out.
on your friend feed, I guess that
Right.
whole when you scroll down.
Does that affect you? Do you care about that kind of shit? Would you personally share that?
I'd be pissed, dude. Honestly, this dude over here, he's freaking done crap like that to me and it pisses me off, and they just think it's funny.
Okay, so some people think it's funny. Do you think some people genuinely share it because they want others to experience, like, look at how crazy the world is? Or do you think they're just like, I was disturbed by this and I want your reaction of how I was disturbed?
I don't know. People are weird, dude.
Yeah, it's like a matter of sharing another one's grief.
People are weird. Let's quote that.
Yeah.
People are weird.
People be weird.
People be weird, yo. When it comes down to it, it's like, I don't know. We were talking about it earlier. It's like, it kind of, there's a level of insanity in that. To go, I just saw somebody die. I saw groups of people die. Yeah. And I think other people should see what I just saw.
Yeah. Funny videos are funny, you know, like a general funny video.
Right.
Funny cat videos.
Right.
Stupid things.
Right.
But when you go to the extreme as someone, you're actually seeing a kid, this was a teenage kid actually shooting his whole classroom and shooting
killing himself.
Hit the teacher. It's just, no one should be able to see that.
Right.
Like, that literally should just be kept within the confines of that school.
Right. It shouldn't be moved around. But also, I mean, if you want to tap into conspiracy corner, if people aren't watching TV at all, if you guys are look up some polls for 2016, you'll discover that television's dying. It'll be over soon.
Even Showtime streaming.
Yeah. Everything is moving to social media. Everything is online. Everything's streaming.
Yeah.
So news outlets are losing their ability to get to viewers. And the whole purpose of the news media outlet is to scare you and to put you in a state of fear.
Yeah.
So in this case, what's been going on is they have to find a way to get to you now. If they know everybody's on one platform, which is Facebook, what's the best way to get the news to you? They don't even have to work anymore. They just post a single video of a kid getting killed.
Yeah.
Because you see the source, and I promise you, I'm pretty sure it's ABC somebody or this other group, somebody showed it. And if it's not the news outlet themselves, because it is graphic, it was affiliated to that group.
Yeah.
The best way to make you afraid is for you to see some shit like that. But your reaction was different. You just went, that's fucked up.
Yep.
Whereas another person would go, damn, our world is getting worse because kids are killing other kids. It autoplays, so you don't have a choice. Usually it's edited to the point where the action takes place. Mm-hmm. Most of the time you're going to get the video to kick right when somebody gets hurt.
Yeah.
Or right when something horrific happens. I've seen one where it was like cut to the point. There was obviously a confrontation that took place before this moment, but the video starts with a car hitting somebody. I didn't have a choice. I saw it. Mm-hmm. Fuck my day up. But that's what's been going on. It's like they're trying to find ways to make you guys feel like everything's fucked up.
Yeah.
So it's planted all over the number one place you'd find it, and that's Facebook. In this case, though, I think it's another thing where people just like to share fucked up things.
The person that shared it with me has always been, they've always have been playing video games, violent video games, stuff like that. So I think that he's desensitized to it, but still, you're desensitized to it, but you sharing it with other people, it's like, back to where I was saying, it's like there has to be a certain amount of etiquette to where if you think that's cool sharing that, then your scale, like your moral compass is extremely low.
Right. You want to see a dead body? Like,
yeah,
if
exactly.
I came up to you, you want to see a dead body, my nigga? I don't think you do it. I don't think you'd be down. Like, it does. Nobody wants to experience that.
No.
But when it comes down to it, it's like, I don't get this effect. Mm-hmm. You were offended, but somebody else might see it and go, oh my God, this is awful. And then they'll share it. And then another person will
for all the wrong reasons,
right? Like,
you know,
I don't know what the hell is
spread
going
awareness.
On. Spread awareness.
Watch this dude get murked.
Right?
No, it's like you're not even. I don't know. We're going back to what I'm saying is just no one ever should be able to see someone else's life expire that they're not. That they, you know, if they're not a part of that situation.
And would you suggest fucking editing, like not editing, but censoring? That's not going to happen.
No,
because then you're pulling away freedom of media or whatever the fuck.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom of depression.
I know. Yeah. So it's just one of those things where I just felt like, wow, man, like everyone that shares this kind of crap. I mean. It just really gets to me.
It does. Like, I understand it. I don't really understand the purpose. One of the biggest things, like I mentioned earlier before this, was I hate fights. I hate people that upload fights, and like because they upload fights of like a young kid getting stomped the fuck out by this big buff dude, and they like crying and their arm is broken and shit. Like, why do you want me to see that?
Or to even stir the pot, like the share would even say. Mom hits kid for playing too much Xbox. Was she right or wrong? Like, oh my God, like
and
you're feeding into so much negativity right now.
And you're splitting groups. You're starting to split people. Because there's going to be some people like, hell yeah, he deserved that. And then you're going to get another group that's too PC.
I was, you know, and then they'll, you know, you're just going to see a slew of comments going any which way.
It's divisive. I don't like it. And at the end of the day, when it comes down to that experience that you had, this is very recent. Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing you can do about it. And most people, they'll take the same path. It's just like either they'll be offended and keep moving. Yeah. Because it's not like you went to him personally and said, what the fuck? Yeah. And that wouldn't do
Actually,
anything.
I have warned him several times. I've actually, because he wants to be in law enforcement. And the thing is that I always tell him, I'm like, dude, you're always on social media sharing random crap. So much random crap that people can actually look at your Facebook and be able to determine that, well, maybe
he's not mentally capable.
you know, or he doesn't do, like, to have a job in law enforcement, of course, like a sense of bias you can plainly see. It's like, you know, so you can be nitpicked off of social media like that.
Well, there's a responsibility to posting, and I think a lot of people they just don't know how to be mature with their content that they post. Yeah. But at the same time, we can't edit people. But at the same, would you guys fucking post something of a guy getting his brains blown out? I don't think so. Yeah. A person in their right fucking mind, at least.
Is there some to the people watching on the stream? Is there a sense of? Do you feel that there needs to be a sense of etiquette when you share something, or, you know, where does your moral compass lie on the issue? Where do you think you should share whatever the hell you want? Or do you should be more tame on what you want to your friends on your friends list? But, you know, it's just a matter of who your friends are, I guess, well, at the end of it.
I have seen on Facebook where it has the video or the picture. Yeah. But there's a cover on it and it says graphic content. Do you want to view? Oh, click yes or no.
On this one, it was like one of those. I'm just scrolling through my feed and it auto plays.
So
no warning or anything.
Like you said, I don't think it'd be right to censor people. Or sort of sort of mediate what they put out there. But if it is graphic content and if it has been flagged or seen like that, or screen through comments that it is an offensive video, they should have that on there. Yeah. On all of them, whether pictured or video.
I think that's the responsibility of the poster. But it's not really about the poster per se. It's about the person that shares the post. Because some people will fucking share top 10 suicide bombs. Yeah. Like, that's a list, and people fucking want it.
That's a list someone made. Like top 10 sandwiches that kill people.
Right. But here's the thing. Like I had so I'm scrolling, and the first thing that happens, guy runs into a restaurant, blows himself to pieces, everyone dies. Yeah. And there's 9 more to go, but I just kept scrolling. It's too late. I already saw it though. It's like, and it was just like, it happened so quickly. I couldn't shield myself, and I was scarred instantly.
It could be very traumatizing.
So it would help if they put something graphic up. I don't even know why there's a list of top bombs or whatever, but
the internet is just an open invitation.
The internet is crazy.
I'm guessing you're not the type of person that grew up on fucking Ogrich or Gore.com or
Rotten.com.
Actually, no. When I was younger, I fucked with Rotten a lot, and then as I grew older, I started to really understand the value of a life and how kind of fucked up it is to watch a person die.
So you have the influx of people just finding that out and they're sharing it.
And they're just having
even
fun.
Though you've gotten over it and you're past that. you got the Wild West that is the internet.
Yes.
People just share all this shit. I do have people like that on my feed, on my profile that don't give a fuck what they share.
Yeah.
It's fucking dog murder.
There's a responsibility to it.
Yeah.
But if you guys didn't hear what was being said, basically it's the maturity of the poster, and some of them don't even recognize that they're sharing content that fucks people up.
Yeah,
they just
exactly.
think, isn't that crazy? Like the guy's head exploded. Isn't that tight? Like,
I don't want to see that.
I want to see more head explosions. Like
there has to be an etiquette. There has to be maybe it takes someone like you guys to tell them, hey, fucking stop. Like,
I even told the guy, I was like, dude, you're a screenshot away from getting, you're a screenshot away from anything. Mm-hmm. I tell them all the time, I'm like, dude, you got to carry yourself in, even in text messages. You could be a screenshot away from getting, criminal accusations. Even someone scanning your job, they scan your, for job applications, they will look at your Facebook. Mm. For high-level jobs, they will look at your Facebook.
No, all jobs look at Facebook now.
So it's just
all jobs.
It's just a matter of that. But when it comes down to it, you just gotta watch what you post. I think there's a certain etiquette to it. But we'll go ahead and head on to the last subject of the night here on the Mark and Andre podcast show, the only film, entertainment, and conspiracy theory podcast show on Spreaker.com, streaming on Mr. Green Theme Productions YouTube. Right?
YouTube.com/MrStreamThingGTP.
YouTube.com/MrStreamThing.gtp.
Mr. Streamthing GTP.
Mr. Streamthing GTP.
Yes.
Oh.
We'll get it one day.
We'll get it. I'm gonna have to write that down, like how rock stars have to write on their hand what city they're in.
just tattoo it, man.
Yeah, because we're rock stars. I have to remember that. If you think like a rock star, you'll be a rock star.
Start with cocaine.
So then, this last subject of tonight, Apple's receiving a class action lawsuit where people are demanding that they lock out text messaging on the iPhones. And the way they'll do this is if they see that you're driving a certain amount of miles per hour, they'll automatically lock out the text messaging feature on your iPhone. And that's going to get very complicated, because what I wanted to get to is, like, if you're trying to record someone's speed in a car and there's multiple people in the car going that same speed, because there's passengers and the driver, how are they going to be able to discern who's the passenger and who's the driver? And they're just going to lock everyone out of text messaging.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, because I was thinking about that, and I was like, our technology is far more accurate than you guys could ever understand. When your GPS is in motion and you're using a GPS and you slightly move your phone, the arrow adjusts itself, right? Uh-huh. So in reality, there's a level beyond that can pinpoint super accurately. So I believe it will be able to pinpoint the position of the person in the vehicle in comparison to the other people in the vehicle as well. Because if it knows how fast, if it knows how fast your phone is moving, mm-hmm. and it realizes that you are positioned in the passenger seat next, because all four cars will be recorded.
All four people in the car.
Yeah, all four people in the car are being recorded, or not recorded, but they're being viewed. Mm-hmm. They're pinpointed on the GPS system.
Yep.
So it knows what the car's dimensions are. So if it sees that the phone that's being used is in the passenger seat, then maybe it'll allow that access, if it's that technically advanced.
Exactly.
Which I assume it is, without a doubt. But at the same time, there could be an emergency situation.
To where you have the only phone in the car.
Or something stupid like that.
Tons of variables.
There are people that record incidents from their phone. So you mean to tell me, like, that would be... Because if you're going to allow that feature, then you need to cut text. Like, all of it needs to stop.
So people can't Snapchat them driving at 70 miles per hour in the rain anymore?
No.
Dang.
That's
super safe.
I know. That's a loss, man. Fuck. But when it comes down to it, when it comes to locking down a person's ability to text for any reason, you're pulling a right away from them.
Exactly.
So you're come on, we're not these little drones. I don't know what the rate of car crashes are in regards to texting, but do you guys text and drive?
Yeah.
Okay, I respect
it's
that.
It's a horrible habit.
I respect
but it's like it uses a swipe feature, so it does. It's not. I'm sitting there not.
Right. On the wrong side of the freeway, thinking he's good.
Using more for music.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
No.
I wait till I'm stopped, or I use the talk feature. I just speak the words in, and then it types it. That's That's much easier, right?
It is.
No one texts me, so I'm cool on that. Like, I'm really safe and I'm really good on that. So it's not. I'm safe. That's all that matters now here.
So what do you think personally? Like, you think that
realistically, it's not going to go through because there's tons of people need to be able to self-control themselves. Mm-hmm. And I'm a strong believer into the theory of survival of the fittest. Mm-hmm. If that person was so inclined to believe that it was safe to text at 70 miles an hour, and then they perish in an accident, I mean, what?
They understood the repercussions of their actions. Exactly.
And you know what? It's just that's how it goes with it. I mean,
that's a really dark perspective, but I understand it.
But you feel like a mother.
If you text and drive, you're gonna fucking die. That's basically what you're saying. Like,
a mother of four should know that it's not cool to be sending Match.com messages to her to the date she's going to send to while she's driving.
Right.
You know, various scenarios, but it's just, you know, a snap can wait, a text can wait.
Well, but also in this case, if they're going to stop texting, then obviously messaging on social media has to stop too, right? I mean, those are worse distractions than texting. Motherfuckers are like really straight up
automatic airplane mode as soon as you go over 45 miles an hour. Dang,
that's fucking whack.
Yeah, right.
I don't like that. That's
new car models are going to have RFID lockouts at the top of the hood of the car to eliminate the signal.
No, I don't like that. That's like iRobot shit. You know,
like the lead over the hood of the car.
Just bucks your
car's 50 pounds. Your car is 50 pounds heavier.
Your car has been desensitized or whatever. Like just locks you all down. But yeah, like
the lockdown for Toyota.
Your brakes have been turned off. Aww.
If you stop texting, they'll turn back on. Dang, your car plays you like that? Like,
your car pulls a knife out of the middle of the steering wheel?
I would encourage you to stop texting. Your life is as important as mine, Michael. Like a red eye in the middle. RAV4, you want to turn my seatbelt back on? I'm afraid I can't do that. It increases.
It just starts going faster.
This is what you get for text messaging, Michael.
Prepare for the cliff. And
it sends them off. So much. Was your text that important? Important?
If you text and drive over 70 miles per hour, you get ejected from the vehicle.
Dang.
You're already gonna die.
Me and our seldom guest, he comes every so often, Olajuwon, told me, we were discussing this on a Facebook post, and make sure to actually go on Instagram and subscribe for you guys that like sports. What was it? We'll get it.
You'll find it.
Oh man. I forget the sports page that he has.
I forgot to.
Dang it.
We'll post it.
Okay, yeah, we'll be sure to post it. But Olajuwon has a sports page that you guys need to subscribe to on Instagram. But anyway, he told me we were getting into it, and then I came up to the point to the decision that what if as soon as you get caught text messaging, you get automatic DUI? How quick people would be like putting their phone in their glove compartment?
Well, I mean, didn't they try? So if you text from the device, it pins into a system and you're fucked.
Or if a cop catches you.
Okay.
If a cop catches you,
I remember cops tried that. Cops tried that for a small amount of time. It just got too tedious.
You know, maybe, it's desperate, desperate times, desperate measures, man. I mean, there's so many cell phone related car accidents. Mm-hmm. If you take the deaths from cell phone related accidents, that realistically is 100% preventable. Right. 100% of those lives could have automatically been saved had they not been texting, had they not done whatever on their phone.
Well, I think
I think that is a desperate calling.
That is a pretty desperate calling, and I see what they're trying to do. There might be a better system that they can implement. I'm thinking, because that's actually really, I don't like that. I don't like that you're preventing me from, something could have really happened and I don't have a way to text back unless I pull over, I guess. But maybe I need to get somewhere as fast as possible. So maybe they'll implement a better system. Maybe go for some more guerrilla tactics. If they see a person texting and driving, just cut the thumb off. Just remove the thumb. They can't use it while they drive. And I think that'll be the best warning to give a person.
Ma'am, I'm going to have to remove your thumb. Would you put your finger on the hood for me, please?
that easy because they're so easy to cut off.
Yeah.
But who knows? Like when it comes down to how.
Oh, the page for Olajuwon Sports page. I'm sorry to cut you off. Is the Juice Sports Talk?
The Juice Sports Talk.
Yeah.
The Juice. Not the Jews, the Juice Sports Talk.
Yeah, with the THAJUICE Sports Talk.
Yes,
the Juice Sports Talk.
The Jews Sports Talk is a little bit different.
The Juice Sports
They're going to get...
But yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I wanted to make sure to get that plug for him.
Oh, no problem.
What you were going to say on that one?
Should be crazy.
Yes, Sound Lab, you had a question.
One question, or one thing I always thought of was how many food-related accident or car deaths do you think?
Like spilling some sauce and go, oh shit, look down.
Yeah.
I'm left-handed, so I'm able to put I have an automatic car, so my Famous Stars in my hand, but then again, I don't even get that hungry anymore to where I eat in my car.
Right.
Like
That's you though. A lot of people eat in their car.
Everyone eats in their car, actually, and a lot of
Yeah.
people drink coffee on the way to work, and there have been accidents with people spilling coffee on their lap or whatever.
Yeah.
And I can't
Stick
even
to fries?
imagine spilling hot coffee on my lap. Like, as many times you see that as a joke in a movie, really think about that shit. That's
Shit
actually
hot.
Yeah,
Especially McDonald's.
I think they deliberately crash after
90s
they
McDonald's hot coffee was unbearably hot. That thing was the temperature of the sun within the confines of styrofoam. Like so hot that they actually had to put hot labels after a lady sued McDonald's
Yes.
and got mad millions.
Yes. But just plain and simple. If they somehow manage to make this a success,
Automatic DUI.
The whole stopping the text message while driving thing.
Yeah.
That is removing a right. You're removing. You're cutting communication off between two different parties because of some kind of one. You let one group spoil it for everybody.
Yeah. So the alternative and the healthier method, you think, would be then to have law enforcement increase penalties.
Yes, but at the same time, I believe they've attempted that and it wasn't a success. That's why they're here.
Well,
but there might be different ways. There could be a lot of different ways.
If there's a good line between a good healthy penalty for texting and to the extent where people aren't really that outraged of the ticket.
Well, maybe not. What about just violence? Does violence work? Like
Just look, if one time 500, second time
We will gas.
1,000, third time suspended license.
Okay.
Because if you really get it to the third time, you do not deserve a cell phone.
Okay. But this is. I feel like this is more for younger people too. I think as we get older, we kind of develop our skills to drive and fucking text. But
Can you look up real quick, Adrian? That way I could leave a PSA at the end of this. Sound Lab. Cell phone related deaths while driving. I don't know. Something like that.
Also, I heard a new study last year that an increase that young people are doing while driving is also changing their clothes.
Changing their clothes.
I've done that.
Oh yeah, for
At a
sure.
stop. Yeah. But not.
you're driving
Oh
behind the
my
wheel.
gosh. Jeez.
I
You
mean,
think about it, everyone has something to do nowadays.
Yeah.
Always have somewhere to be. Always need to have that wardrobe on point.
Exactly.
So I would like to see numbers for that shit. How many accidents?
actually, that's really good because I'm not gonna lie. There's been a couple times I've been changing my pants while driving, and it's like if anything happens right now,
Changing
if somebody hits
your
a brake in
pants.
front of me. If somebody hits their brake right now in front of me, I'm fucked. I swear to God, I've changed my pants while driving a lot.
I put way too much trust into the stuff other people should be doing
Yes.
for me to fuck up so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm doing something like, this is a disgrace that I have a sweater over my head going like 50.
I'm so extremely cautious. I worry about everyone else. I worry about everyone else like trying to get like
Yeah, I don't
cutting me off
I
or
don't trust anybody.
I drive extremely slow. You know this. And
What's the driver? What do you drive?
the Prius.
A Prius.
But no, the Prius is a powerful machine.
Prius is
Don't
the
get it
shit.
wrong. Don't get it wrong.
Don't get it twisted, bro. You know what I'm saying? Prius gets me tons of cat.
Don't
You
get
know
it
what I'm
twisted.
saying?
This Prius is a tamed horse.
It's a tamed
you know?
horse.
It goes when it wants to go.
Some of the most gas efficient drive-bys I've ever experienced.
Gas efficient drive-bys.
Saves so much money.
Numbers? You want me to wait?
Yeah, do you give me texting related deaths while driving?
I'll look up more, but it said using data from 2011.
Okay,
That's fine.
still we could use that.
I think 5 years ago.
We'll double that.
We could just like assume we could round up.
So from 2011, text-related deaths.
NXT partnered with Nationwide Insurance to report the most accurate number of fatalities caused by cell phone
Fatalities.
vehicular accidents. National data shows cell phones were involved in 350 fatal car crashes in 2011.
350, and then you go 2017.
Well,
carry the 8. I think we're at a cool G every year.
The 2014 NSC report says the percentage of drivers observed manipulating handheld electronic devices increased from 0.9% in 2010 to 1.3% in 2011.
That almost doubled because you would go 0.9 to 1.3. That would almost, you'd have to be 1.8 to be double.
Right.
But I mean, so I'd say, okay, so from 350 in 2011, you could probably say half of that.
No, like
I'd say 500.
500 in 2017, 300 fatalities?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No way.
So far, 12 states, DC, Puerto Rico, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands have made it illegal to use handheld devices while driving, according to the Governor's Highway Safety Association. Out of 43 states that have banned texting while driving, all but 5 have primary enforcement of their laws, meaning an officer may cite the driver for texting without any other traffic violation taking place.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, that's so
I'm sorry.
350 lives could have been spared in 2011. That's what I can see there.
Well, let's just consider something, right? 2015, actually, yeah, 2015. Towards the end of 2015, almost every platform was on an app and used on a phone. Mm-hmm. Every single person, like if you're driving on a freeway, somebody's operating a phone of some kind.
Of course.
Compared to 2011, I'm almost afraid that this number could be like
probably
2,000.
I would
or
say
3,000 in a year.
I'd be generous and say in the 1,000 to 1,500 range.
Okay.
That'd be comfortable.
Because how often do you drive and you see somebody like swerving a little bit and you go past them and you see they're looking down with a light beaming up to their face?
Exactly.
Or how often do you see a person driving slow as fuck and you pass them, they're looking down with a light beaming on their face?
Yeah.
How often do you see a guy on a motorcycle popping a wheelie and his face is down looking with a light beaming on his face?
What I want to get to the end of this point, to the end of this segment, is that no text is that important for you to drive at a very high velocity and operate a cell phone. And, no text is going to be that important to me.
True.
I don't know how you feel about this, but if the text can wait.
I'm the same. I actually don't text and drive.
If it ain't from a chick, I ain't answering it while I'm driving.
I really don't answer text while driving. That's why, you hit me up, I don't hit you back until, moments later.
Now, what about,
I just wait.
What about seeing the text and not responding to?
That's
still no.
No, I'll look at it and go, okay, and I'll understand the severity of the moment, and then I'll get to it. And if it's a stoplight, then I'll definitely answer it.
When you look at a text message from driving to looking at it, the same analogy can be applied that you are literally closing your eyes while you're driving.
Well, see, how do you guys look at your text messages while you drive? I literally put my phone up to my my visual range to where the road is. And I'll see it like that, and then I'll put it down. Mm-hmm. But people literally look all the way down into their lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a different...
What the fuck is that?
Nearsighted.
Or they pull all the way to the they turn all the way to the right and lean down.
There's another trick that I did when I wanted to either watch an important Knicks game or an important wrestling match. I would put my phone on my dashboard to catch the reflection coming off of my windshield, to then look at it on the side while I'm driving.
Don't you feel like you have to put more concentration towards that than actually?
No, because it's like looking at your speedometer. Yeah, it's like looking at your speedometer. I can have it to the far, not like dead in the middle. Yeah. But I'll have that screen far corner, and I can just see just glance.
But it's all mirrored. Everything's all mirrored.
Yeah. So I could do that, but I do not recommend that you guys do that. That is solely of my creation, patent pending. But other than that, I think that we're good and ready to end this episode 51 here on the Mark and Andre Show.
Oh shit, you're right.
It's been fun, man.
It's been an awful experience.
51 shows. I think we're almost nearing the 1 year anniversary.
Yes.
I want to thank SoundLad 1 and 2 for helping us with these cool mics and this data feed as well. Mm-hmm. Coming through here on the social medias. Mm-hmm. And I also want to thank Andre for becoming a co-host, because I remember when I wanted to start this show, I told Andre, I'm going to have my own podcast show. I told him that. Mm-hmm. And then last minute...
He had a knife out.
Last minute, I was like, you want to be a co-host with me today? And then next week, and the week after. Mm-hmm. And then I would consistently ask him, like, all right, we're just going to have to make a show together.
And there we go.
And there it was.
The rest was history.
51 episodes of us running our yaps.
About bullshit.
Yes, exactly. Conspiracies here and there. Cheese on the moon. We've talked about it all. Sandy Hook has no sand in it. There's tons of particular conspiracies that we want to get through.
Conspiracies and causes.
Movie reviews. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening here on Spreaker.com. Also, the Juice Sports Talk. Make sure to tune into that. Make sure to... Our proud sponsors here at the Orange Space. Make sure if you guys have if you guys have time to park down and study, come to the Orange Space.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, Game Swappers buy, sell, and trade. Andre, I want to leave the floor to you. If I keep rambling on, we're going to add another 20 minutes to this.
We'll keep it short.
Lyricology 101.
Lyricology 101. YouTube.com/Andre Gainer. That's YouTube.com/ANDREGAINER. Essentially what I do is I take popular hip-hop songs and dissect them down to the very word, syllable, and meaning to everything that's being done in the song. Mm-hmm. I explain the flow. I explain the meaning behind the lyrics. I explain how they constructed the lyrics. I explain the syllables, the rhymes, all of that shit. So if you guys are interested, I suggest you check out the channel. Just start with the Eminem breakdowns. I broke down a couple of Eminem songs. Everybody likes Eminem. I'll show you why he's considered one of the greatest in the world, and why rap is one of the highest forms of poetry. That's all, man.
Cool, man.
We're like you're saying, we're 34,000 subscribers. So help your boy out.
There we
if
go.
you're coming
man.
from the show, let us know that you're from the show. Say hey, show some love.
Other than that, you guys have a good night. This has been the Mark and Andre podcast show.
What do I do? Do I say bye? Bye.